Hello everybody, and welcome to this lesson 2 of the Realta Traders Weekend Bootcamp online course, if you like. In this section we'll cover demo accounts, charting packages, time frames, indicators, and the strategies that we build them into, including my favorite, or not really. We'll be looking at dynamic edge and probably the red light, green light, something free anyway that is freely available on some of the forums that I've shared those strategies on. We will also look at the trading rules, the daily trading plan, the homework. We'll cover that. So here in the background we have a chart, and this one is Think Trader. There are many. You can look at Ensign, eSignal, C-Trader, Pro Real Time, MT4, MT5. There are many charting options. I recommend, while you're learning, to find one that is free. This is Think Trader. I've been using it for a long time, and I've found that it's been free and very accurate and very good, very easy to navigate and work your way around. But do your due diligence and check. So we also want a demo account to trade, so you might look at MT4 or MT5 would be my favorite. We're going to build a strategy now by adding indicators. I want to keep these lessons ideally quite short so that it holds your interest. I look down here for this symbol. You'll need to find where you add indicators. I always like to have a time to the close bar on screen so I know how long this bar has left to live and what he's going to tell me. Next, I usually like to see a MACD, certainly on our dynamic edge, or DT2 as it was called in the olden days, DWL3. However you came to me, it carries a name. Obviously, if we were to go settings here and say reset, this is what it will probably look like when you come to look at the MACD. But it's no good to me like that. I like things to be color coded. So in my course, I recommend people color coding things to suit you. I'm going to edit the 0 level, and you can play this as many times as you need to see how I edit the levels. When I scroll down here, this style MACD minus signal, it's basically the histogram. I just want green up and red down. If I change that one, it will make no difference whatsoever because it's the thickness of the histogram bars. The style signal, I want a green up and a red down, and I really like dots, but I do like them to be a bit thicker, so there we go, points in this case, and we're done. Little lower, style MACD, uptrend, that nice bright green, and a solid red for the downtrend, make it a bit thicker, and we start to look a little more sensible now. Once you've got the settings that you're happy with, you can click save as default, and that's the one that you will have always when you add a new MACD indicator. What does it tell us? Well, green over green here says, hey, I represent a kind of a buy signal, but I'm a bit weak. If you are in a sell, it's probably coming to an end. We use the MACD for divergence as well, but that's for another lesson. We can clearly see lower lows and higher lows in this individual histogram here, and we do take some time, but we move up. When the line of the MACD passes through 0, we call this a hopper. And red going through the line, the 0 line, would be a sell hopper. Green going through the line would be a buy hopper. If we want to speed things up, and we can, and on my dynamic edge we choose always Fibonacci numbers in the settings, it speeds things up a little. An 8:13.9, we get a hopper for the buy here, we get a hopper for a sell over here. On its own, strong, but not really strong enough. In the body of the chart, we want some rules formed by indicators, so we'll add some Bollinger Bands, and my standards will appear. The standards here are 21 period and 2 standard deviations, meaning these are 2 away from the central 21. Basically, it's a smooth or a simple moving average. coupled with Bollinger Bands. That's not what I'm looking for. There's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for parabolic support and resistance, or parabolic stop and resistance, however you've been taught to call it. And we can see already that just with this, a PR outside the line, price above the white line, and we've a reason to go long here, and there would indeed be profit in this move. PR outside, price goes below the mid Bollinger, and there would be profit in this move. Same again, not much in this one, but in fact that's probably a break even. In and out on the break of an inside bar there. That's price action trading. Perhaps it's advanced for you, but it's price action, and everybody knows that you need to have price action trading or trader knowledge in the arsenal of your knowledge. The signal that we would look for here, I'm going to add a couple of EMAs. In fact, I'm going to add 4 of them. So I'll highlight exponential moving average and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you go, I have 4. They're not the value I'm looking for, so I'll make them the value that I'm looking for. I'll also make them the color that I'm looking for. I want yellow and 2 for thickness, and he coupled with this guy, the 13 period, with a green uptrend and a red downtrend. In this particular strategy, he measures and manages my signal. Yellow above green represents buy. Yellow below red represents sell. And ideally, well, in fact, the rule is that price must be above white for a buy, below white, the mid Bollinger, for a sell. I then have a couple of higher value EMAs. I like the 55 in there. Let's choose the color for him. It's this magenta color, and 2 for thickness. And then I like a 144, and I like him to be purple. And here he is, purple, added. And those are my higher value EMAs. They will help me with pivots and strength in terms of the market, the angle of the line, as with the same with the mid Bollinger, the angle of that line. Flat means we're going nowhere. If these two are going up, pretty much weaving in and out, or flat, we're not going very far until they begin to separate, and then maybe we'll go somewhere. This then is the guts of the dynamic edge, or the DT2 or the DWL3, depending on where you read up about this strategy, be it www.babypips.com or Forex Strategies Revealed, or any of the other websites on which I'm a member in the forum and where I share these strategies freely. They do work. There isn't anything wrong with them. They always carry, obviously, the major stop loss at the last swing low. If the PSAR should change from being in buy mode to sell mode, that's a reason to exit the trade. If green here goes from green to red, that's a reason to exit the trade. If price breaks out or below an inside bar, we looked at one a moment ago. Where was it? It was this one. There's an inside bar and we broke below. That might be a reason, especially if there are signs of divergence or convergence saying that we're struggling here. A big round number. Those of you who know me will know that big round numbers, there is sometimes a battle. Falling away from it, you might be in the trade somewhere here, you'll probably be out there. There's not much in that. It's okay. There's only 4 possible outcomes with my strategies. You can have a small gain, a small loss, a break even, or a big gain. This trade represents one of those decent, fair dinkum, big gains, as does the sell over here. PSAR outside, price below white and below red, yellow below red, and the sell hopper. And tally ho chaps, there's plenty of pips in that one available. This is a live chart, so this is a live lesson. We've looked now at the dynamic edge. I'm going to load a template. I'm going to load the red light, green light, and here he is. The settings on this guy are a bit fast. He should be a 9, not a 13. There he is with 9. And basically what you've got here now is price above green and green above red, and ideally above 21. And you've got reason to go long. Same reason to exit there. Similarly over here, we looked at that run up. We looked at a sell signal. There's red above green, price below a red EMA. And then you'll find higher value EMAs offering up resistance. or support in this case, to give you more notification of where you should exit the trade. Green crossing up above red, coupled with price crossing up above a green EMA, signals that this is a prospective buy trade, subject to obviously your usual rules of price action, etc. That's basically how that strategy works. But again, you can go onto one of those websites I mentioned earlier, and do please feel free to download, print the written rules for that strategy. We've only covered 2. If I right click on a chart here and I say load template, you can see that there are many. In my live trading sessions with the group that support and follow me, T2B2, top 2, bottom 2, is our major strategy, and it's well, it's a real winner. I'm very happy with it. It's not something I'm going to share free. Some of them have outlandish names. Simple FTYBR, follow the yellow brick road. That's what it is. The GU, GBP, US dollar on a 5-minute chart. Inspect the morts, dots and dashes, basically. BISI, buy it, sell it. Buy it, sell it 2, 3. It's advanced. That's all it is. It's just evolved into different things. Multi-screen, yeah, there's a mad mix somewhere on here, I think. No, there isn't on this one. On MT5 I've got one called mad mix. Nothing mad about it. It's a moving average and a DMI cross, just like this one. So a moving average and a DMI cross. So this could also be titled mad mix. Moving average, price crosses the moving average, DMI crosses down here. You got 1 cross, 2 crosses. You have a confirmation that we stay above the green line. Providing we stay above the green line or below the red line, you can hold the sell, you can hold the buy until we come back, or until you find some other reason, the break of an inside bar, a big round number, or divergence. Any of those things will help you to close your trade in profit. That ends lesson 2. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Please trade safe. I'll see you on the next session. Bye-bye.